Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, I'm having some technical difficulties. Like 3 minutes before the live time, my computer just it crashed literally. But their computers are polite now when they crash. They I got a message says something went wrong. Your computer needs to restart. We will restart. We are sending a message to Microsoft and then we will restart for you. I said, no, not right now. So every program is off except for my browser to run the StreamYard. Hi, Chalet. Glad you're here. Andy just got in, spent the night driving to pick up a neighbor from the hospital. He is okay. I think his blood sugar levels. That's that. I used to have blood sugar issues. Not diabetic at all, but the low blood sugar. And when your blood sugar drops, yeah, it's not good. Started at midnight, walked in the door at 6. Oh my goodness. Well, you're probably really sleepy. But can handle this for just gonna write hang in there. Is it even like it's even to do my comment? The problem is my laptop, like it's full. The RAM is full. It keeps telling me your storage is full. You need to like clear things out for things to run properly. And yeah, so and then I uninstalled Viber because that was like 2 GB, and I'm like, okay, 2 GB. I mean, there should be plenty of room now for everything to run, but whatever. So before that, you almost spent 2 hours at his place answering the medical call on him. Ah, wow. So were you just there as his friend, or was it actually like volunteer fireman, first responder kind of thing that you went over there? Yeah, heavy Buffy. Yeah, it's buffering. Um, Hopefully it's okay right now, but a minute ago, yeah, even I mean, I see if it like my screen goes black and I get the little spinning thing, so that I stop talking because I know you can't see me. But I see me now, so if I see me, I think you can see me. Um, yeah. So soon, I did talk to a representative from an internet company that I used to have. Is called Today Communications, and the gated community that I live in, they were like charging companies to be allowed to come in to provide service, and Today Communication didn't have a contract, and uh, I had them for a couple of years because, like, I don't know, the day that they first installed, um, then what am I trying to think of? The the security guards must have been like on lunch or something. It didn't see them come in, so they set everything up. But then I moved from one house to another house, and when I asked them to change, then the security guards caught them at the gate and said, "No, no, no, you can't come in here. You're not allowed to be here." And that's when I found out about this whole contract thing. But then, like in the last year, the government, because I guess this was the first gated community in Phnom Penh, but now there's lots of them, and so people in other communities were complaining about this policy. So the government stepped in and said, "No, you can't. The owners of the communities can't do that. There has to be free access." So I think that I can go back to them now. And so anyway, when I get the new house, I'll have them install over there at the new house. But that won't be for like another month before I'm actually living in it. Um, so we got to hang in there and then I can, and maybe a couple months after that, like maybe June or July, I can get a new computer. But I got to budget. I got to budget everything. So I'm being very um, cautious with the money that I'm making, because then I'm also going to need to be saving. But the first thing, I mean, it's taking all my salary to, do the first month and deposit and the moving expenses and a little bit of fixing up. So anyway, yeah, so I'm planning in June to have a housewarming because my birthday is June 13th. So I think I'll do a birthday party housewarming. Um, frugal. Yeah. I got to be frugal. I can't think like, ooh, I'm in the money now, no, 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 no. I still have to be frugal. So, so step by step, as we say here in Cambodia, for everything. You should see my coffee cup is like a cat. Isn't that cool? And I got cats all over. Here comes one. This is Slinky. Okay, keep moving. Keep moving. Here we go. Yeah, I don't need that. Oh goodness. I sent a link. I put the link to this after I scheduled it. I put the link to the live tonight in the chat that the Telegram group that I have for the girls that I tutor, and invited them. Hey, if you're not doing anything, come in. That you might, just by listening, might help your English. Volunteer fire department on the medical call. Yeah, Chief's rig 4850. Then to pick up in wifey Subaru, had to pull off a nod out about at least 5 short times. You take no chances, immediately pull over. Oh, I know. I used to drive 12 hours when I got, my husband and I divorced, and then he ended up getting custody of the kids shortly thereafter. And so then through circumstances, I decided to go back to school in Utah, and they lived in California. And so I had a 12-hour drive for visitations with my kids, which were like every 5th weekend, major holidays like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then like 2 weeks for each of them in the summer, so that I had, time to spend with each of them. I have 3 kids. So several times a year, like about every 2 to 3 months, I was making that drive 12 hours each way. And like, say, for example, in the summer, for those 2 weeks, I'd have to go get one, drive back to Utah to have the 2 weeks with them, then drive them back. And I think there was like 2 weeks in between each of them. So I had one in June, one in July, and one in August. So it was constantly back and forth, back and forth. And then on the 5th weekend, I would like drive out there, stay there at my mom's house with the kids, and then drive back. So yeah, and there were some sleepy times too. And like, yeah, I learned pull over and get some shut eye, like you said. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes or whatever it is, that you close your eyes, you take that cat nap, and then you keep going. But anyway, so in the Cambodian news, I just wanted to talk about one story. Just came out yesterday that another one of our Mekong dolphins died. And that might not seem like such a big deal until you start really thinking about the numbers. And so we spent some time talking about this in our tutoring class last night. So I thought, oh, well, I'd share it here as well, kind of as the icebreaker topic. Of course, then our ramble can go anywhere. So there's a freshwater dolphin called the Irrawaddy dolphin that lives in the Mekong River. It used to be in Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. I don't know if it was ever in Vietnam. I think that might be getting, closer to the delta into the ocean. And so they're more upriver. And it's interesting because we always think of the dolphin as the bottlenose dolphin with the long nose. And these just have like a round face. There's no nose sticking out. Ooh, the cats are running all over. I want to make sure they don't knock over my coffee. Saw dolphins yesterday. Oh, yes, you have dolphins. But you had 3 grandchildren and couldn't get a video. Well, that's nice that you had the grandkids. I hope they got to see them. So anyway, there are only 90 of them left, maybe 91. When I came here in 2006, 2007, there were in the 70s, like 76, 78, 72, something in the 70s. And it was 100% infant mortality. None of the babies were surviving at all. So obviously some of the babies have made it since then. It reached over 100. They broke the 100 barrier, but which is still endangered, And so because I was going to talk about it in the class, I looked a few things up. The dolphins live about 30 years, and they are fertile. They're able to reproduce from age 7 to 20. So that's not a long window for them to be giving birth, especially when you consider also because they're mammals and they're nursing, they take it they wean their dolphin baby calves at 2 years. So they can only have one baby every 2 years. And that's if they got pregnant every 2 years. I mean, but scientifically, in best case scenario, they could have one baby every 2 years. So I did the math between 7 and 20. That's about 15. Did I count? 7. If they have one at 7, one at 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Oh no, 6, 7. So no, like 7 or 8 babies in their lifetime is the most that they could have, right? Wouldn't have any children falling in the water. Oh yeah. You got to be taking care of the kids and not playing with the phone to get shots of the dolphins. Anyway, so the most they could have is 6 or 7. Now, of those 90, if half of them were female, that's only 45. And of those 45 that are females, how many of them are in the childbearing age? So it's not good. And this particular dolphin that died apparently was in a net, had been caught in a fishing net. I told the girls, I said, think about it. Like if you're in the water and you're tangled up in a net and you can't get to the surface to breathe, it's the same way for a dolphin. I also looked up, they can hold their breath for about 12 minutes. And for sure, if they're caught in that fishing net, they're, that fisherman's not pulling up that net within 12 minutes necessarily. It depends on if they're dragging it behind a boat, if they've set up some kind of trap. They also they'll make their own like grenades, homemade grenades, and toss it into the water and then the explosion kills the fish and they float to the top, and then they just scoop all the fish off the top. And I said the dolphins use sonar, and so they're very sensitive with their hearing. And if you have an explosion and the shock waves go through, I mean, that's going to totally mess them up and cause trauma. If it doesn't kill them, it's going to cause trauma. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they're not able to have children. There's mining upriver, so maybe in the mining upriver, the farm. There we go, back again. With farming, there could be pesticides and things like that being used, that the runoff is going into the water. So they could be being poisoned by some means like that, as well as the fishing nets. Yeah, it's a really precarious situation. They didn't really, I mean, of course they knew about dolphins. They told me how you say dolphins in Khmer, but I don't remember. And so I gave them the assignment to post on Facebook or social media about the dolphins and then screenshot whatever they post. I said, you can find the news story and share the link, or you can write something yourself, but screenshot it and then share it with me, so I know that you did it. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up here as well. And so that's it. I'm done, I guess. This was the first one this year. Last year was really bad. I didn't look up how many died last year, but it just seemed, well, in the last 2 years, when I was working for My Times in the news, I was like up on the news stories, like every time. It's like another one. Every couple of months, there was another one that was dying. It was really frustrating. And then the chief sub editor didn't really care. He didn't think it was a big story. I was like, this is a great thing. We could do something investigative. Now, I should mention the government has just declared certain areas as conservation areas for the dolphins, where their pods are generally known to reside. And so there's not supposed to be any fishing, but of course, illegal fishermen don't care what's legal and what's not. So they're going to try and have more patrols and stuff. At least on paper, they're making a step. So got to give them credit for that. But yeah, it's changing the minds of people. I told them, I said, you guys are the young generation. I don't know what you can do, but one thing you can do is share about it on your social media, and maybe your friends and family and things, educate people one by one. So I hope I help the world a little bit by teaching them about that. And I don't know if any of them will come in here tonight and watch our live or not, but there's 3 eyeballs right now. I guess we've got Andy, Chalet, and somebody else. We were up to 5 for a while. Also, one of my coworkers, I saw them right as we were both leaving the office, and I said, oh yeah, tonight I do my live. He goes, really? What's your channel and everything? So I sent him my channel name so that he could look it up. He could join if he wants to. Let's see. Okay. None of those notifications on my phone are important. Say hello. Don't hang out in the dark. Yes, exactly. We like it if you say hello and join the conversation. So what else is new with everybody? I've got I met with someone this morning that's going to build a fence for a dog run at the new house. Yeah, Mabel. She waits all week long, right? Last week she was like the first one in. If she was here, she wouldn't be quiet. That's for sure. She'd let us know. She'd let us know that she's here. Hey, Slinky, Dinky, Binky, Winky. Who are you looking at? Doesn't want me to doesn't want me to pet her right now. She's toward it. I realized that what is it, tabbies? That there's also the torties or like tortoise shells. And I'm like, oh, Slinky's actually a tortoise shell more than just a straight tabby. Your oldest daughter's buying a house. Your youngest daughter is getting married, and your son is doing well. So all is well. Well, that's good news, Chalet. I'm glad to hear that. I hope Andy didn't nod off and fall asleep on us. That's possible. I'll forgive him. I'll forgive him if he falls asleep. That's okay. He had a rough night. I hope, and he said the guy's okay, so that's good. Yeah. So buying a new house. Do they all live in Florida, Chalet? What else is going on with me? I've I've been taking the dogs for a walk over to the new house. It's only like 5 houses down from where I live now. And anyway, so I went when I take them over, then I water the garden and everything, and oh, they just have so much fun running around. You guys have seen them jumping in the fountain and stuff. Everyone's pretty close. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Good. Is your oldest daughter the one with the kids? And your son, is he already married too? Have any kids? I'm gonna guess, although these days is not always for sure, that your youngest daughter, since she's just getting married, she doesn't have any kids yet. I know it always doesn't follow that order anymore. You remember the little saying, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby in the baby carriage. Your son's been married for years to his high school sweetheart. Oh, that's wonderful. That's really good. But they don't want kids. Yeah, yeah. My daughter doesn't want to have kids either. So the millennials, they're not too keen on having kids. It's like, oh, the world's such a horrible place. I don't want to bring kids into it. Sometimes, or maybe they're just busy with their own life and they don't want to be bothered with kids. Which, quite frankly, if that's how you want to feel, then it's better that you don't bring the kids into a home. Yeah, just play the aunt and uncle. That's all right. One of my neighbors has a kettle with a whistle on it. They're really hard to find in Cambodia. I brought one from the U.S. once, but then it ended up, I don't know, getting broken or something. But they found one. This is the second time, like in the last hour, that I've heard the whistle of the kettle going. They're career people. That's okay. It's the choice that they want to make, and that's okay. Yep. So I guess your 3 grandbabies are from your oldest daughter then, that were visiting you. My youngest son has 2 kids that I know of, but he's kind of estranged from my side of the family. So I think I talked about that in one of my other lives. So if they ever had any more, I don't know. But I know they had 2. Sephiroth, and then he had 2 middle names. One of them was Daniel, I think, or Duncan. Because my son's name is Daniel Duncan. And one of his names was in the middle name, and there was another middle name, but Sephiroth. And then their second son was Alucard Michael Morbius. Alucard being Dracula spelled backwards, and Michael Morbius being some video game evil vampire character. So that's them. And then James doesn't have any kids, my middle son. And Jasmine doesn't want to have any kids. I don't know if James wants to have kids or not, but never really asked him. couple of times his girlfriends have said that they were pregnant, but I don't, you know, I don't think they were. I think they were just saying it to him. And then nothing ever, yeah. Yeah, so they're your oldest. Hmm. Well, do you want to come up on the live chalet and we can actually chat together, or do you want to stay in the chat? I have to say you've been making quite a few little shorts, which are super funny, and I really enjoy them. For anybody, oh, let's see. Actually, we should just share the at sign for your sig. If you share the at, you should be able to share your YouTube channel, because I think it's something about life is a song or something like that. Because you can't share a link, but I think you can share the at. You can stay in the chat. That's fine. So yeah, I get your name, the Cult of Personalities, because you do all these little shorts with the different characters. And they all have different accents for speaking, and they all have different kind of things that they talk about. The Marie Antoinette Queen one is kind of funny because it's always do 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 do, you know, and the way her little hips are moving. It's really funny. And I just saw the new one. It's kind of like a gypsy fortune teller kind of thing. So I'm always, looking forward to what's going to happen new on your channel. Yeah. Mabel, what happened to Mabel? She's been making a lot of videos. I make sure what I do is at night, I'll actually go to your channel and see what's up that I haven't seen, that I missed and hadn't watched yet. And I make sure to watch everything on both of your channels and give you a like. Oh yes, I've been embarrassing myself. Haven't you heard? No, I haven't heard. You're an embarrassment. You're embarrassing yourself. How can anybody else know how you feel if you feel? I don't think you feel embarrassed. Oh. Let's see. We've got Cotton Candy Girl. We've got let's see. Cotton Candy Girl was kind of first of what's up there. Then the Southern Belle kind of one. The Hillbilly Freckle Girl. The Marie Antoinette. The Cash Cat. The new Gypsy one. Am I missing one? Yeah, the Gypsy fortune teller. I saw the one where it's like, it was just her eyes, and it's like, oh, I cast a spell on you. Like, oh, I think I know where that comes from. Which, by the way, I think in the last week, I've decided to unsubscribe from a particular channel, 2 channels, and I don't go lurk. I don't care. Once I made the decision that I was done, that was it. I'm done. So, more to come. Okay, good. Well, you can keep me in the loop then, what's happening. But yeah, from what Mabel's saying, it seems like there's people leaving comments, that even though if they say they don't like you guys, then why would they be watching you and leaving comments? I don't understand that. I mean, whatever. Like I said, for me, once I made that decision, that was it. And I haven't watched a thing. you know. More to come. Yeah. Your cult of personalities. It's really funny. And oh wait, the Jersey Girl. I knew there was another one. I'll just call her Jersey Girl. Coming over for spring. Everybody's coming for spring break to hang out. Oh, you were called Judas, and then the comment was taken away. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah, or that someone was it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Gladys, she's the Jersey Girl. Yeah. Yeah, I think that had just maybe before the last live that had just happened, and I was like, "Well, Judas means betrayal, so where's the betrayal? I don't get it. Yeah, whatever." But I think didn't they say that about Mabel too, or they said something else about Mabel because I kind of remember thinking there's not a bone in her body that's a betrayal bone, you know. But true for both of you. True that there's not a betrayal bone. Are you a Scorpio? Because I've heard that like Scorpios tend to be the ones that like if they get wronged that they want blood, they want justice, you know, and they're not gonna forgive or forget, and they're they're gonna set the scales straight. You are. November 12th is your birthday. Oh, that's funny. So maybe there is some truth to the signs. You know, God is the one who created the universe and put the stars in place. So maybe there's something to it. You know, we all still have our free will, and there's nature and nurture. That it's not nature versus nurture; it's both. You know, but maybe some of that nature is aligned with the stars. We listen. I will forgive a few times. Yeah. Yeah, but once you've made that decision, then the stinger comes out. God made the stars. It's okay. Yeah. Does your mother not like astrology at all? I mean, I put it this way, I don't like live my life by it or anything like that. But it's interesting to follow and see, sometimes, like I said, I'm not setting a clock by it, I guess would be a good expression. Just need to make sure the stinger doesn't sting you. There you go. Yep. That scorpion, you know, I don't think I've ever heard of a scorpion stinging itself. Does that ever happen? I would Google it right now. I can Google it on my phone. I said the computer's being really touchy, so I don't want to. I don't want to mess with anything that's going to make it crash. I think there's a lot of truth in the personalities. Yeah, I'm a Gemini, and so there's a duality there, but that duality also I like justice a lot. I things have to be fair and even with the duality. Um, do scorpions? I don't know. You probably can't. Look at that. Do scorpions sting themselves? It heard me talking. Some people believe that scorpions commit suicide by stinging themselves when threatened by fire. This is not true, as they are immune to their own venom. So don't worry about it. Now you know. Well, that sounds like a good channel theme. Now you know. Oh, I'm your mother sign. Okay. And you were born during a solar eclipse. Oh, were you the one that was talking about your grandfather and all that? Or maybe that was Amelia that was talking about that. You never know what you're going to get with Gemini. Yippee! Yeah, okay. Uh yeah, that's true. I can say that's true. I mean, I think I've mellowed out a lot, you know. I even mentioned to my boss today because we're getting along really well, and I told him, I said, because I don't there I was just having a rough day. I'll just say that, and it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything got done that needed to be done, and everything, and it happens. Boy, that light's bright. I wonder if I should like maybe turn that a little bit. There you go. That's better. And I said, I didn't say this, but no, this is what I told him. I said, I didn't say this, but my first feeling, and not that like you don't run by feelings in the office, but my feeling was that like if I had a day like this during my first week trial thing, I would say I don't want to work here. You know, I said, but and he kind of went like that. And I'm like, no, but I brushed that. I said, Miriam, that's childish and stupid. Don't think like that. And I brushed it aside. I'm just saying the knee jerk reaction was to feel like that. And then I said to myself, no, no, that's not right. And that's not where you're going, and sorted things out. You know, I didn't go there. That's the point. He said, oh, okay. My mom's always like, oh, Miriam, you talk too much, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sometimes I do. And I just figure I let the chips fall where they may, But I've learned to be a lot better on not talking too much, you know. But yeah, open mouth and thought vomit comes out, right? Regroup. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I regrouped. We got through the day. We got done what we needed to get done. It wasn't that bad. I'll tell you that, and I still enjoy working there, and I enjoy working in the office. I'm just sharing with you guys that I've matured and that I don't whine about things or whatever. But sometimes you have to identify a situation so that it can be corrected, right? So there's it's a fine line though. You got to be careful that you're not whining about something, even though you have to address a situation so that it could be better, Someone's out there lurking. Yeah. It's okay. Lurkers are welcome. Hello, lurkers. It's okay. You can watch. We love it if you want to join the chat and say something, but you don't have to. I don't mind. It's more watch hours. Better to be open and confront the issue. Exactly. So sometimes you need to have a safe place to do that and to get out your thoughts, because if you talk to the wrong person, then things can be used against you. Things can be taken out of context, so you do have, and I felt safe in that conversation that I was having. Otherwise I wouldn't have said it. But yeah, in life, it's really important to have someone that's close to you that you can say anything to, and it doesn't matter. And they're going to keep their mouth shut. They're going to be supportive. They're going to give you, they're going to knock you upside the head when you're being stupid, and not just tell you what you want to hear. You know, those friends are really, really, really rare. And you usually only have one at a time. Yeah, absolutely. So, whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to knock the computer. Life according to Miriam. So, lots going on. Lots going on for me, working full time. There's the Cambodia International Film Festival is going to be starting up in about a week and a half. 2 week, the 26th. Oh, that's this weekend. It's a Sunday, so that must be this coming Sunday. And they're going to open the festival and the opening ceremony by premiering a film that's a documentary about the Royal Ballet. And one of the King Father who has passed away, one of the King Father's daughters was trained as an Apsara dancer and a Royal Ballet dancer. Here's Mama Kitty. It was like, where are you going to jump to? Maybe I need to move the computer this way so she can jump here. Jump behind it. There we go. Yeah, that's okay, Mama Kitty. So Bopa DV is her name, Princess Bopa DV. And she recently just passed away, which was sad. But someone had started doing this documentary, so there's interviews with her. There's interviews with her teacher that taught her how to dance. So it's, I can't remember what they said the name of it was, but and so the king is going to be there, and the queen mother, and I have an invitation as well, so I will be there. Maybe I can get a little bit of clips of footage. You know, I took a lot of video clips of the wedding that I went to, of all the different parts of the wedding, so that I could put it together. Probably be like 10-15 minute video when I put all the clips together, right? Maybe even 20 minutes. It would be a longer video for me because most of mine are pretty short. And I just haven't gotten around to like editing. Well, because I've got to put all of these clips on my computer, which is full, right? So then I have editing issues, and then you save the finished one, which is more storage. Oh, this is Silky. So you can, she's mostly white, but I don't know if you can see that she's kind of got a little bit of kind of brownish on her. And so she's actually named after the Celtic seal, like mythological seal that can turn into a woman, I think. Can save you if you're drowning, that kind of thing. Very good luck if you see one. So she's actually named, which is actually like Selkie, sometimes Selkie, but she's Sylkie, Sylkie. And if you look that spelling up, you'll, get them too. Whoa, whoa. That's another one. She just jumped up to the top. Up there. There she is. That's him. That's Kitty. There's Silky. Mama Kitty's right there laying on the desk. The gang's all here. What do you want to talk about? What's that shadow? Oh, that must be Selkie's shadow on the fan. It's kind of weird. Oh, that book I was telling you to read is called Angela's Ashes. And then part 2. Yes. I think I've read it. I certainly know of it. I know of the book. I'm not sure if I have a print copy of it or if I read it in the Kindle or if I haven't had the opportunity to read it. And maybe there was a movie? Is there a movie made out of it? Look it up on the phone. Angela's Ashes. There it is. It's a book. Yeah, in 1999, it was made into a film. I might have seen the film and not read the book. Yeah, they did make a movie. Yeah. By Frank McCourt. I'm trying to see if it says what the other one was. For anyone that doesn't know, Angela's Ashes, a memoir, is a 1990. The name of the book, Angela's Ashes, a memoir. And that book is a 1996 memoir by the Irish-American author Frank McCourt, with various anecdotes and stories of his childhood. The book details his very early childhood in Brooklyn, New York, but focuses primarily on his life in Limerick, Ireland. Followed by Tis a Memoir. Yeah, so the part 2 is called Tis. Yeah, and so it says, Tis, a memoir. Why was it called Angela's Ashes? It takes its name from the ashes which fall from Angela's cigarettes and those in the fireplace at which she stares blankly. The entire setting of the narrative feels draped in ash, dark, decrepit, weak, lifeless, sunless. Oh. Yeah. I should read it again, though. Now those people had problems. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh. Yeah. My mom's biggest problem is worrying about the trees in the yard and if they need to trim them so that in a storm, they don't break off branches and cause damage, because then they would get sued. So she's really, really scared about that. I'm like, oh, what a problem to have. Here in Cambodia, it's not as litigious, kind of. There's a lot of defamation suits that happen. Call somebody a name and then, defamation. But a lot of drugs, drug arrests that are in the courts, fraud, like, selling property that you don't own and running off with the money. So someone pays for property, you give them bogus documents, and then they go to try and file those documents and find out that someone else owns the land. And so then they'll catch the person that sold it, and that kind of thing happens. But quite often, if there's an injury, people will take responsibility. So it's almost like you can look at it as corruption and bribery, that you paid somebody off for an injury, But really, it's compensation. Why, if a person's willing to pay the compensation without a court, then why do you need to go to court to force the compensation? The compensation is already being done willingly. You know what I mean? It's still compensation. So sometimes I feel like Cambodia has a better way of doing things. You know, now there's no guarantee that the amount of compensation is reasonable if the person accepts it, and it should have been more. And then the person who caused the injury, whether it's a car accident or a tree branch falling on somebody, right? Like my mom's afraid of. Um, you know, my son, my middle son that's here right now, he came back to Cambodia, but before the first time he was here, he got shot and took him to the hospital and everything. And he signed away. He signed for compensation of like $5,000, which was stupid. He should. I felt like he should have got more, but he's an adult, and if he's stupid enough to do that, he was shot in his butt, and it went clean through in his back, in the backside, out the front. Didn't hit any bone or organs or anything, so he was fine. It's been happening here too, which compensation or trees falling down and everybody suing everybody, or defamation, or selling the properties. That's what you're talking about. I know it because I saw some YouTube videos about like Airbnb rentals being used for that. And so you get the scammer is like a real estate agent or something. No. They say it's for sale by owner, I think. And then they'll rent the Airbnb house and then arrange for somebody to come to visit the house, and they'll show them the house as if it's their as if they own it, but they're just the Airbnb guest. Yeah. Took me a minute to go through, this. Oh, okay. I know which one it is. Yeah, that's great. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it because then maybe people here will try to do it. But that's one advantage for me. I have a room that's Airbnb, so I'm here. You know, uh, it's not like you get the whole house with nobody in it. It's more. I mean, breakfast isn't included. It used to be when I first did it because I kind of had a restaurant downstairs. When I had a shop house, I had Hollywood cookies downstairs, and I had staff, and they cooked breakfast and everything. But that I'm not in that house anymore. But might do that again, though. When I move into the new house, there's quite a bit where you would park the car. I've got the dog run area in half of that. So because when I build the fence, at some point, I don't own the house. So at some point, if I would have to leave, hopefully not for like 5 or 10 years or something, not for a long time, but the fence is there built for the dog run, and you could still park a car. So like right now, you could park 2 cars in it's like a carport. It's covered with roof, but it's along the side of the house, but the roof continues over to the fence of the property. So it's a carport, and you could fit 2 cars. So about 1 car length portion is the dog run, and the other part is you could still park a car in there, but I don't have a car. So I was thinking I could turn it into like a little cafe, but not me cooking. My pet nanny that I had that's on maternity leave right now, I taught her a lot of recipes and how to cook. And before she got pregnant, or just before she got really big anyway, we were going to do this like little restaurant called Americana. and do comfort food like chicken fried steak and things like that. Maybe some casseroles or something. I was also thinking that like well, chicken is a lot cheaper than beef here, so I was gonna make the chicken fried steaks with chicken, um, but pound them really thin into the large patty, and which is like a chicken schnitzel, right? So I thought as long as we have that as the base, you can put it on mashed potatoes with country gravy, but then you could also do like a veal parmesan, but with chicken, right? And so you put it on pasta instead of on the mashed potatoes, and put uh, tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce on it, and add some Parmesan cheese, right? Because the fixing of it, I mean, the chicken, you already have that as the base, and so yeah. And so I taught her how to make everything, and she's like a super good cook. And but so she would work like 3-4 hours a day, and then so she would clean, but like her primary job was like just to take care of the animals, feed them their litter boxes, just spend, sit down with some playtime is fine, and so she did all that, and but she would clean too. And but now I've got another cleaner while she's on maternity leave, and what I'm thinking is that I keep her as the cleaner and then make Sremao the cook, and we start our little business, which would be delivery. So like the whole concept we were talking about before is that we have a lot of different, like what Uber Eats and stuff like this. Well, for years now, we've had quite a few different companies that on motorcycles deliver food and actually shop. I haven't used it for shopping, but they'll deliver shopping, deliver food. And so I was going to go with one of those, and um, and have it be delivery only and not have a sit down restaurant, just because then you have your cost. Well, the other thing you can do here in Cambodia is you can set up on the sidewalk like street food, right? But then you got to have a location, you got to move everything there every day and then pack it away every day, and stuff. I said, well, with the delivery apps, we can just do it to order, and if nobody orders anything, you don't have to cook it. I mean, there's like no overhead, and but I think it would go over well. We could do biscuits and gravy as well, and stuff. So anyway, just so it would be mostly comfort food with the calling it America. So I had all the stuff. I have the menu done. I have the artwork done to put on the app and to put on Facebook. I did a Facebook page. I think I did I paid for the website domain, which was like Americana KH, because KH is Cambodia, like we have our web domain like thing is like .com.kh for our country code is KH. So AmericanaKH.com, I think I got. And definitely I registered it as a Facebook page. So it was all set to go, but then she had to go on maternity leave right before we launched. And so it was like, okay, no, I'm not, she's not going to be here to cook. I'm not doing this. And plus I left a job. Then, while I was working, I had the money to like start it up, a couple $100 to start it up. And I had the money to do that. But then I left that job and I didn't have a job for a few months before I got this one. I was doing some freelance work and everything, but just enough to just get by. And so it was actually kind of good timing that I didn't have to pay her salary anymore for her maternity leave, and So she said that she'd want to come back after my new year. And so I went about last week, I went and I talked to her and I said, hey, my new year's, next month. So are you ready to come back? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Cause I think she didn't want to clean. I said, no, 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 no. I said, I have a new house and I have another cleaner. So you don't have to clean. I want you to cook. And I said, and bring the baby. It's fine. Bring the baby. It's no problem. So I think she'll do it. I think once we get moved in and settled, and like I said, step by step. So I get the keys April 1st. I mean, I have the keys to the yard, but I don't have the keys to the house. I get the keys to the house on April 1st. And then there'll be some painting and cadification, shelving and stuff like that. And the catio and stuff like this. That'll be done in the 2 weeks before my new year, which is the 14th, 15th, 16th of April. And so then after that, I can start moving once all that's done. And after my new year, I'll start moving some things over. I have this house that I'm in until May 27th. So that's 6 weeks. So we'll start moving some things over. And then, then I'll have the May salary to help with all of that moving and everything. And then June, I'll be in the house 100% because I won't be in this one anymore. So I'll be over there in June, have the housewarming. I don't know. I don't even know what day June 13th is this year. June Tuesday. So maybe the weekend before or the weekend after, I'll have the housewarming. And but I don't know, maybe June 1st would be okay to start. And then maybe we could already have it up and running before, or maybe I'll do the housewarming and celebrate my birthday the first weekend of June. Could do it that way too. And launch Americana. I don't know, step by step. Welcome, new watchers. Nice to see that you've joined. And it'd be nice if you'd say hello in the chat, and I can say hello back to you. But if you just want to watch, that's okay. Chalet is in the chat and chatting with me, so we can have a conversation. And Chalet's been seeing the dolphins, but she hasn't got a video yet of it for her on her channel. Well, she has one video of the dolphins, but we want to see the dolphins eating the fish, right? They come at a certain time for the fish. But yeah, here in Cambodia, the dolphins are in a precarious situation. We talked about that earlier. Talked about the new house, talked about the cats. What about the news? What's going on? Oh, Trump. Did Trump get arrested? My friend Bob, when we were doing our crosswords on Sunday morning, oh my goodness, he was just like, oh, they're finally going to get him, and I'm like, whoa, calm down. I said, if they're going to arrest Trump, why don't they arrest Hillary too? Well, what did she do? There's no proof. Is there any proof? And I'm like, whoa, calm down. It's like, I don't like either one of them. I don't like anybody. That's why I left America. I mean, don't start ranting at me, Oh, yes, they're out there every day. Oh, the dolphins. The dolphins are out there every day. You love Trump. That's fine. I don't know who loves Biden, though. I mean, even people that hate Trump, I don't know if they love Biden. Right? I don't know. I kind of just I'm not interested in politics anymore. I used to be very active in writing my congressmen and senators, Congress people, congressperson. Can you even say that anymore? Congress it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm playing. Um, anyway, he actually did what he said he was going to do, and everything that he said would happen is happening. Yeah, yeah. I was very interested in the beginning to see if there would be like a big change, and then we bombed Syria with the mother of all bombs. And I didn't agree with that. I was like, oh no, that's an elitist thing to do, is to attack Syria. And if he's playing into that, and I never trusted him after that myself. But I mean, when you look at the alternatives and things, I think Trump was doing better than Biden. I can say that. Uh, I'm surprised Biden's still alive. Quite frankly, I thought he'd keel over before now, and then Kamala would step in. That you know, I'm not saying I would wish anybody dead, but I thought that's how it would play out. Yeah, we can all just look in our wallets. Yeah, yep, that's true. Oh, there's another cat under the table. Spunky monkey's under the table. Come here, Spunky. Hey, want to say hello? Want to say hello to everybody? Oh, such a good kitty. There you go. Yeah, wallets. I knew what you meant. It's not a problem. Only one left. We're down to one. We peaked at 7. I don't know what else. I wonder what happened to Mabel. You're in like you have her phone number. Oops. You have her phone number or something. Make sure she's okay. Oh, look, now it says 0, but Chalet, you're still here, right? Yeah, it must have been the politics. Yeah. Oh well. You called her, no answer. Okay. Well, maybe she's in the shower or something. Because sometimes her aide comes around this time, right? Yeah, maybe the hour difference messed up for her with her, because didn't she usually have like the hour or so before her aide got there? And then the one time, was it last week that her aide was there early, and so she said, "Oh, just watch TV for a while." Yeah, but now with the time change, maybe her aide is there helping her, because she just made videos today. She seemed fine. She was all excited. She made some comments about like wishing we could have more lives, and that she was looking forward to it. Oh well. My coffee's so cold. Hmm. Well, it's been an hour, so I guess we can call it a night for tonight. But it was nice catching up. And I think I will do, like, once I get settled in the new house. She was up late. Oh, yeah. Writing lots of comments. I know. I notice she's really good at always leaving comments on your thing. I just usually just like it, and then I'll look and see what Mabel said and like that too. Come on tomorrow if I can. I got my handy dandy schedule. Wednesday. Same time, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Or should I make it 10, like now, 10 p.m. my time, which is, I guess, 11 for you guys net right now? 9 p.m. live stream. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm thinking happy thoughts. I don't want to think bad thoughts. It could be that she just forgot that today was Tuesday. Like I said, then the aide comes over to help her. Came on at 10. Okay. Which was 9 my time, 10 your time. Yeah. And she's the same as you. She's probably asleep. Yeah. And that's okay. If she's asleep, then she needed sleep. It's okay. So tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. Start at 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock your time, or should I push it back an hour? I mean, do you think that would help, Mabel, if I pushed it back an hour? She's on an online auction. Good for her. Yes, it would help. Okay. Let me put 10. All right. Sometimes I'm getting tired at 10. And I'll go to bed. I'll go upstairs to read and go to sleep, like at 9:30 p.m. my time. And sometimes I'm on YouTube and like looking, this and that and whatever. And then I end up, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, what? Where'd the time go? Her aid comes at 8:30. And so if I start at 10 o'clock my time, it'll be 11 o'clock your time. So maybe her aid would be mostly finished. Okay. Well, you can, if you talk to her later, then, well, you've got my email as well. So like if there's actually a problem, send me an email and I might not see it until tomorrow morning, but I'll see it and I'll know what's up. But otherwise, just let her know that I'll be on tomorrow. She can catch me tomorrow night as well. But if I start up and, it's like 10:15 and like nobody's joining, I'll probably just end it. Because if we're talking and everything like this, then that's fine. But if I'm just talking by myself, and I'll try and maybe another news story or something to talk about, to kick it off. Sometimes everybody might be there right away, but yeah, if there's like nobody for like the first 15 minutes or something, I'll probably just end it. So just fair warning on that. But I hope you guys have a great day ahead. I'll have a great night. My day at work tomorrow should be a lot better. It was interesting. But it was fine. It was fine. I'm very, very happy to be there. So, alrighty. I will end it for tonight and catch you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.